You're probably wondering exactly why this video even popped up on your feed. It's either your sales rep in the high ticket sales space. Well, welcome in, man. I'm glad you're watching this video. Or it's either you're looking for a job, or you're a software engineering student, or you graduated in that field and you're still looking for a job, or you have a job and you just want to be relatable, right? You just want to relate to other people. Well, I'm just going to give you a little bit of extra background on who I am. My name's T Panabit. I actually graduated in software engineering. I'm currently in sales. I went from graduating in software engineering, going straight into sales because I wanted to make online money. And I'm not trying to glamorize the whole online space because, dude, there's a lot of highs and lows in the space. But at the same time, there's multiple reasons why I even went from software engineering into sales. And there's three main reasons. The first one is, number one, the job market is completely cooked for any young adult. And you know that for a fact. If you're watching this, you know you have to put in like 1,000 different applications just to get hired. Or if you have a referral, it's way easier. But number two is the communication aspect. Before all of this, before sales, I was that shy, introverted, unconfident kid who had social anxiety, who didn't know how to really speak to people, didn't know how to articulate his thoughts, didn't know how to really express himself. And ever since I got into sales, that tremendously helped me to be able to articulate my thoughts in a well cohesive manner. And that also helped me to be able to just network with people, create new connections, and be able to make money overall. So communication is a important skill set to have in the 21st century. If you're not constantly working on that, you're missing out because, as you know, a lot of people are putting out content on a daily basis and they're making loads and loads of money. And if you're not willing to upgrade your skill set, you're missing out on a gold mine, all right? And number three, it's because I also had the entrepreneurial mindset ever since grade seven, grade eight. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I always wanted to own my own business. And as the last couple of years, I studied a lot of millionaires. A lot of them got into sales, then started their business. So that's why I'm in sales, because I really wanted to focus on that main skill set that's going to help me to tremendously have a successful business in the long run. But yeah, I tried multiple business models like ecom, drop shipping, um, theme pages, copywriting, short form agencies, you name it. I tried different models and different business models, and I made a lot of money off of them, right? I made a decent amount of money. I'm not saying I was super successful, but I did make money. And if I was consistent enough, I could have actually made way more money. But the reality is, I was inconsistent. I had a lot of blockages. My mindset wasn't the best. I didn't want it bad enough. So there's a lot of different factors. But I'm super grateful for all the experiences because it shaped me to who I am today. And what I really want to talk about is I'm not trying to glamorize the whole high ticket sales space because look, there's a lot of highs and lows. There's a lot of things you have to look out for. There's a lot of headaches in the industry. But if you're someone who's struggling to really just get into the market when it comes to just making money online, if you're like 18 to 25 years old and you still haven't made your online, if you haven't made any money, or if you haven't really made that much money where you're super proud of, dude, try high ticket sales because it's actually going to give you a vehicle where you're able to have financial freedom in a way. You're trading your time still, but at the same time, it's better because you get to be at home, just talking to prospects over your laptop, either through Zoom or through a software. And then number two, you're also going to have time freedom. And like I mentioned, time freedom, it's better to be home, work at home, and make money. All right. High ticket sales, it's going to be commission based mostly. You might get some base depending on the companies, but mostly it's commission based. So, for example, I'll explain a little bit about it if you don't know what high ticket sales is. There's two different roles. There's a closer, so it's account executive, or there's a SDR, right? Or a phone setter, whatever you want to call it, appointment setter. So the closers are the people who talk to people over Zoom and they close the deals. They help prospects actually make a huge transformation over Zoom. And then, of course, you get 10% of the deal. So if you're selling a 4K package, you're making $400 in comps if you actually sell in the full 4K package, right? But if you're an SDR or if you're a phone setter, and you're basically just qualifying leads, seeing if they have the intent, seeing if they're able to financially qualify for the package, and seeing how badly they want it, essentially, right? Like, like what's the reason behind it? Why do you want to do this? Just understand the whole situation and qualifying them. So you get 5% if the closer closes the deal. So to backtrack a little bit, sales is honestly a really good skill set to learn because Sales is literally everything. The way you speak to the camera, the way you speak to other people, the way you dress, the way you write down things, the way, you present to people, all of it is sales. Everything you do is basically sales. Even the way how you dress is sales because you're presenting yourself. You're basically marketing. For example, if you're someone who's just walking through the streets, right? So through the streets, downtown, whatever the place is, you're dressed very, very well. Well, number one, you're marketing yourself very well. You're presenting yourself very well. And that's helping you sell yourself very well because at the end of the day, there's going to be people looking at you and being like, okay, this guy knows how to dress. If he knows how to dress, he knows how to present himself well, he might have a great personality. Well, when it comes to sales, dude, the way how you communicate is very, very important. Imagine talking to someone over the phone and they're stuttering. And I'm not saying anything bad about anyone stuttering. Don't get me wrong, because look, there's a lot of people who stutter on the phones, but they're complete killers on the phones, or they're complete killers over Zoom, and they're able to close deals and all of that. But I'm saying you would rather speak to someone who is cohesive, who knows how to speak very, very well, and is straight to the point and is able to make a transformation for you compared to someone who's stuttering, doesn't know what to say next, doesn't know how to have like good flow through the conversation. Of course you don't want to speak to that person, right? So I'm gonna digress a little bit because I know I'm kind of going all over the place right now. It's just I'm super, super grateful that I'm able to make this video. I'm able to speak about sales, software engineering, a little bit about my background and all that. I'm just grateful for the fact that I'm able to make 3 to 5K per month consistently. Even though it's not the place where I want to be, I know for a fact that there's people out there in this world who graduated in software engineering can't land a job, or there's people out there who graduated in a different field and they're not able to land a job. You have the ability to put yourself in a whole different position by just being proactive. All I'm saying is be proactive, get into high ticket sales, try it out for yourselves. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. The best way to actually learn is actually investing into a mentor, right? You want to fast track your progress. You could do it all by yourself. You could do it alone. I'm sure you want to do it alone because you don't want to invest into yourself. It's scary. You might be nervous. It might be nerve wracking, all that stuff. Look, when I first got into high ticket sales, I was actually doing door-to-door sales a little bit, running my own window washing company, right? Fast forward 2024 summer, I found out about high ticket sales. Just invested into a mentor right off the bat because I knew for a fact that, hey, if I want to get to the next level, if I want to put myself in a better position, if I want to be able to give back to my family, my loved ones, be able to do the things I truly want to do, I have to invest into myself. I have to invest into my skill sets. I have to invest into getting into different environments, new rooms, and all of that is very, very important if you're looking to really shift your identity. Because your current identity, it might be someone who's, just straight off, you graduated from a field and you're looking for a job. You feel unconfident, you feel like you're a bum, you feel like you can't do things, or you might be someone who's, making some decent money, but you're not happy with their lives. You're unconfident, you're frustrated with, your day-to-day life because you're not able to do the things you truly want to do. Well, you got to shift your identity. For example, think about it. If you're someone who never touched 2K a month or 3K a month or 4K or 5K, whatever the number is, figure out, reverse engineer, what does that person do on a daily basis? For example, that 10K version of you, does he wake up on time? Does he have a structure? Does he have a rigid schedule? Does he have the ability to go out whenever he really wants to go because he's able to have a really high level income skill? There's multiple things you have to ask yourself. It's essentially doing a life audit and figuring out exactly what you need and what you don't need and figure out what's serving you and what's not serving you, right? For me, I know for a fact I have to have more structure. I have to have a morning routine. I have to have an evening routine. I have to be a person who invests into their skill set even more. I have to be someone who has a really, really strong work ethic to get to the next level, to be able to make the next 8 to 10K months consistently, right? So you always have to figure out what your current identity is and what your next identity is, because once you start acting like that other identity you want to be able to adopt, that's going to be your new identity. And that's going to just be the normal, the new reality for you. Because what you're doing right now, the reason why you're watching this video, it's might be because you like how I'm speaking. It might be because, you know me or whatever. Or it might be because you know for a fact you have the ability to make more money. You have the ability to do something more with your life. And you know for a fact that just watching videos, doing nothing isn't doing the job. This might be motivating to you. This might help you to figure out, okay, I need to do a life audit. I have some actionable steps now. But look, before you even click off this video, before you actually start finding things that you need to do in order to actually get into high ticket sales, if you have any questions, comment down below. I will gladly help out. I want to make sure that I could help out as many people as I can. I don't care if it's free or paid. I don't give a shit. Because at the end of the day, all I care about is helping people, making a change in this world, and being able to just live my life to the fullest. I'm a man with virtues. I'm gonna make sure that I'm a good person. I'm gonna make sure that I'm a kind person. I'm gonna make sure that I'm a person who's always striving to hit his own goals. I'm a person with purpose. And I want you, the person who's watching this on the other side of the screen, I want you to adopt a killer mindset. I want you to adopt a new identity. I want you to put yourself in a way better position so you're able to give back to your family, to be able to do the things that you truly want to do. If you're someone who's just graduated from school or is in school and you're tired of this whole corporate world, look, I'm not trying to say anything bad about the corporate world, but at the same time, it's not going to give you the financial freedom you want. It's not going to give you the lifestyle you truly want if you're looking to do more amazing things in life. If you're someone who's struggling like that, get into sales. It's going to change your lifestyle. It's going to help you develop new skills. It's going to help you to work on your character. And over the next 2 to 3 years, or even in a year, you'll start to see how much progress you make if you actually take this very seriously. That's pretty much it. Take it easy. Peace.